For today's headlines, Duterte can run for VP. Pacquiao told DSWD has no missing SAP funds. NGCP yet to complete mandated IPO. C-130 plane crash death toll climbs to 45. Vaccinated folks travel fear now. Rescuers search for landslide survivors in Japantown. Pacquiao vows destruction-free training camp. TD Emong moves towards extreme Northern Luzon. Good morning, I am Sandy Locos and you are watching Tribune News on You. Today is Monday, July 5, and now the news. President Rodrigo Duterte can run for Vice President in the May 2022 elections under the Philippine Constitution, retired Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio said on Sunday. Not that Carpio was encouraging him to run, but the former magistrate said the 1987 charter does not stop Duterte from seeking the second top post in the government and subsequently first in the presidential line of succession. Carpio leads the opposition coalition One Sambayan and is one of Duterte's most vocal critics. However, he acknowledged that there were contrary opinions. Christian Monsod, one of the framers of the charter and the former chairperson of the Commission on Elections, said the efforts to convince Duterte to run for vice president was a clear attempt to circumvent the constitutional provision on re-election. The DSWD on Sunday denied that at least 10.4 billion peso funds under the Social Amelioration Program are missing, following the statement of Senator Manny Pacquiao that at least 1.3 million beneficiaries did not receive the pandemic aid because of alleged corruption. In a radio interview, DSWD spokesperson Director Irene Dumlao said the agency is ready to face any investigation on the use of SAP funds. In his press conference, Pacquiao questioned the use of unknown e-wallet Star Pay for the program, with only more than 60,000 peso in startup capital. She noted that the DSWD has even attended various probes initiated by the Congress regarding the distribution of SAP. At the same time, Dumlao defended the decision of the DSWD to tap StarPay, saying the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas provided the recommendation in choosing the agency's partners in the distribution of SAP. In other news, 12 years after the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines started its operation on January 15, 2009, the high-voltage electricity network operator has yet to complete its initial public offering, which was required by the government. National Transmission Corporation President and CEO Attorney Melvin Matibag said over the weekend that the NGCP has no reason to continue delaying a mandated IPO. However, Matibag said efforts of the Transco to press NGCP were denied by the ERC, saying the Transco has no personality to participate in the case. With over a decade-long preparation, Matibag said the NGCP should have done what was required of them. He noted that the delay was a clear violation of its 25-year concession agreement. Under a law signed in 2008 that granted NGCP the franchise, the company has to sell at least 20% of its outstanding capital stock within the 10 years from the start of its operation. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Manong Joe po!
At Ate Maita.
Matapos ang magkasunod na buwang pagbaba, bagyang tumaas ang overall electricity rates ng halos 9 centavos per kilowatt hour ngayong buwan. At paalala lang po, maging energy efficient po tayo.
Lalo pag mainit. Dahil mas hirap ang appliances at mas makonsumo. Buti may bright ideas tayo na based sa Meralco Power Lab tests. Engineer Alfred?
Alam niyo ba, ang lumang aircon, mas mataas ang konsumo. Up to 682 pesos ang dagdag kada buwan kumpara sa bago. Mas energy efficient kasi ang technology ng bagong aircons. At kung inverter, pwedeng lampas 1,000 pesos ang savings per month. Piliin din yung may horsepower na sakto sa laki ng kwarto. Kung hindi, halos 1,000 ang extra gastos buwan-buwan.
Sundan ang tips na to. And visit our website para you have the power this summer.
Every time I'm on the road, I can expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. Now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
The number of fatalities in the crash of an Air Force C-130 plane in Patikul, Sulu climbed to 45, with 53 persons hurt and 5 still unaccounted for, the Department of National Defense said. Of the fatalities, 42 were from the military and 3 were civilians on the ground, the DND said in an update on Sunday night. The number of military fatalities rose from the 29 reported on Sunday afternoon. Meanwhile, 49 soldiers and 4 civilians on the ground were injured and 5 other troopers are still unaccounted for. Of the injured, 32 were evacuated to Zamboanga City, while 17 are confined at the Army 11th Infantry Division Hospital in Sulu. Fully vaccinated individuals can now freely travel across interzonal zones or areas with differing quarantine levels. That is according to the latest guidelines from the IATF. The IATF has approved the protocols for said individuals for whom the production of a negative RT-PCR test result for interzonal travel has been waived. Presidential spokesperson Secretary Harry Roque said the IATF Resolution number 124B authorizes the use of the vaccination card as a sufficient alternative to any testing requirement before travel or upon arrival. Based on the same resolution, an individual is considered fully vaccinated 2 weeks after he receives the second dose. However, the effectivity of the said resolution has yet to be announced. Aside from the COVID-19 vaccination card showing full inoculation, Roque said a certificate of quarantine completion issued by the Bureau of Quarantine shall also be enough to take place the RT-PCR test. The interzonal movement of fully vaccinated senior citizens under areas under general community quarantine as well as modified GCQ shall continue to be allowed. Rescuers in a Japanese town hit by a deadly landslide climbed onto cracked roofs and searched cars thrown onto engulfed buildings on Sunday as more rains lashed the area. 2 people have been confirmed dead after the disaster at the hot spring resort of Atami in central Japan, with 10 people rescued and around 20 still missing, a local government official said. Torrents of mud crashed through part of the town on Saturday morning, following days of heavy rains, sweeping away hillside homes and turning residential areas into a quagmire that stretched down the nearby coast. NHK said 80 houses have been destroyed in the mudslide, which could reach as far as 2 kilometers. Around 2,800 homes in Atami have been left without power, the Tokyo Electric Power Company said on Saturday. The town, around 90 kilometers southwest of Tokyo, saw rainfall of 313 millimeters in just 48 hours, higher than the average monthly total for July of 242.5 millimeters, according to public broadcaster NHK. We will be back. Stay with us.
long distance easy with the Mirage G4.
In sports, Manny Pacquiao insists he won't allow himself to be distracted by issues back home when he shows up at the doorsteps of the Wild Card Boxing Club in Hollywood starting Monday. The Philippine Airlines jet bound for Los Angeles had already flown over Japan when it was decided that it had to make an emergency landing at Haneda Airport in Tokyo when one of the passengers fell ill. The plane stayed in Japan for 3 hours before being given the go signal to head back to Manila to change the flight crew. Joining Pacquiao in the trip is aide Choi Garcia, assistant trainers Buboy Fernandez and Nonoy Neri, and a support crew made up of Roger Fernandez, Jonathan Peñalosa, Jeremiah Quijano, and Michelle Kakilala. They were supposed to land early Saturday night at LAX, where MP Promotions Chief Sean Gibbons was scheduled to welcome the team. Instead, Team Pacquiao will touch down in Los Angeles on Sunday afternoon to kick off the most crucial stage of the build-up for the August 21 showdown with Errol Spence at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Before relocating to America, Pacquiao, 42, underwent training in Manila and General Santos City, where he began the sparring stage of the preparations. Weather Bureau Pag-asa on Monday said Tropical Depression Emong is forecast to bring moderate to heavy at times rains over Batanes and Babuyan Islands. Emong is moving northwestward until tonight as it approaches the extreme Northern Luzon, Taiwan area. Tropical Storm Warning Signal number 1 is in effect over Batanes in the northeastern portion of Cagayan, particularly over Santa Ana, Gonzaga, and including Babuyan Islands. The center of the tropical depression may pass close or over the vicinity of Batanes, Babuyan Islands area tonight. Emong may likely exit the Philippine area of responsibility tomorrow morning or afternoon while skirting the southern and southwestern coast of Taiwan. And that wraps up the stories this morning. Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TribuneNow. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition on Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store or Google Play to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarsito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just visit the secret store and search for Katribu Community. Before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, the Department of Tourism, Araneta Center, and Alan Lin, Council Member of Overseas Community Affairs of Republic of China. Again, this is Sandy Lucas and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning and have a nice day.